Hey, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon, my Facebook family, Instagram family. How are you doing? This is Delon LaDuff Gadsden. Um, I'm an author, artist, writer, wife, and mother of eight. Thank you for joining me on this Freedom Friday. So come on here if you've been following along. This is week 7. We've been doing this. I can't believe it's been that long. I looked through the videos this morning, and we've been doing this for 7 weeks, coming on here each day. Hey, Terrence, how are you? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. So I've been coming on here every day for a moment of midday motivation on Facebook Live and also on Instagram Live every day, just to motivate. It's designed for the ladies, but we love our men who support us because we need one another. We need one another. So thank you, Terrence, for joining along. And it's interesting that you're joining along today, Pastor Terrence Moore, because this week we have been talking about love and heroism. And was encouraging all the ladies to fall in love with their gifting again. And in falling in love with their gifting, they fall in love with the Creator, and they fall in love with themselves again. So you fall in love with your gifting. You fall in love again with God and the gift that He's placed in you. And then you fall in love with yourself again. And also we talked about being a hero. Being a hero, we have to be the hero of our own story and be the hero in our journey. But we have to be the hero for others as well. And we have to allow others, to be a hero for us in return. And it's funny because my message today was going to go down a particular path of discussing the role that courage plays in love and heroism and how important courage is. But then I had a wonderful friend of mine. Her name is Jessie Bowden. I love this lady so much. She's just like this spiritual mother for me. She always thinks of me when she comes across the word grace, because she knows how significant that word has been for me as of late. That word is constantly coming up over and over again. And so today on this Freedom Friday, I want to talk about the freedom of grace. And I want to show you and connect the dots of how grace connects with love and heroism. I am an author, I'm a writer, I'm an artist, I'm a creator. I am not a minister, but I am a lover of God, and I feel very connected to my Father because of the writing and because of my artistry. We are all created in God's image, and thus we are all creators. So we all create in our own way. And so it's kind of like when you inherit a trait that you are particularly fond of or you're happy about from a parent, you're like, yeah, I get that from my mom, or I get that from my dad. Well, I feel like I get my writing, my love of words, and my love of art and artistry from my papa. So I say this is my disclaimer, but I just want to give credit where credit is due. And I invite Him and the Holy Spirit right now in this space, and for Him to just speak through me and to connect the dots with grace, and how on this Freedom Friday, this word is going to set you free and show you how grace is connected with love and falling in love with your gifting again, and how it is also connect with heroism and being a hero for someone else. I just want to direct you guys to Romans 12, verses 6 through 8. And it says, in His grace, God has given us, you heard that, right? In His grace. I'm reading from New Living Translation, if that is of importance for you to follow along exactly. In His grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. And if you have a gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly. So in his grace, God has given us these gifts. What did we talk about a few days ago? Falling in love with your gifting again. He's given us these gifts to us freely. Grace isn't something that we earn. It's something that is given freely to us. And God has placed certain gifts in us because of grace. And it is through that grace that we receive our gifting. And it is through that gifting, when we connect with our gifting, that we are able to fall in love with him and thus fall in love with ourselves and see the wonderful gift that we have in ourselves. And we are able to express and share that love with others. And when we realize that our gifting is through the grace of God, then the gifting in me can see the gifting in you, and it can honor it, respect it, and love it as it should. I can thus give you, even if I'm at odds with you, even if you've done something to hurt me or offend me, the grace that has been bestowed upon me, the gifting that is within me, should be able to grant you grace, to see the gifting in you, to see the beauty that is in you and the gifting that God has placed in you, and to love and respect you for that. And also, when we do that, when we operate in our gifting, when we operate in the grace that God has given us, when we operate in our gifting, we are blessing other people. That is when we are able to be that hero for someone else. So when I operate in my gifting and I follow and I write and I express and I communicate the words that my heart, wants to express and communicate, it blesses someone else. It encourages someone else. I am able to be a hero for someone else. I'm able to rescue someone perhaps. And it is not me, because it is from God. It comes through God. So God is able to use us through the gifting that he has placed in all of us because of grace. So because of grace, we should be able to love and respect one another. Because of grace, we should be able to be a hero, not just for ourselves, but for someone else. Because of that grace. This lady that I was telling you about earlier, Jessie Bowden, she always sends me things, messages me, sends me wonderful things as she comes across the word grace. And today, my message was, like I said, was going to be completely different. It was going to be talking about courage. But she sent me the message this morning, and it said, I'm living in the freedom of God's grace. She sent me that on this Freedom Friday. How was I not supposed to see? There are no coincidences, y'all. And I was like, okay, God, I hear you. This Freedom Friday needs to be about grace. It is because of grace that I've gotten through this week. At the beginning of this week, I was ready to take a step back and take a hiatus from doing these midday motivations with all of you, because I had kind of fallen out of love with my gifting. I had fallen out of love with myself, and in doing so, shame on me, fall out of love with the Creator? Oh no, we can't have that. We cannot have that. So look at yourself. Fall in love with your gifting. Fall in love with God again. Fall in love with yourself. And it's through grace that you'll be able to do that, because that gifting is placed in you because of grace. He's giving you those beautiful gifts. Hi, Rosalind. How you doing? And it is through grace that we can be a hero for someone else, because when we operate in our gifting, we bless other people. People have expressed to me yesterday, the day before, they've been reaching out to me and sharing with me how the words that are expressed through me have been blessing them. And by them being obedient to share that with me, they have blessed me in return. And Jessie, for example, who sent me the message this morning, that's one of her gifting. She encourages people. She is a woman of God who encourages others. And every time she sees the word or something surrounding the word grace, she thinks about me. And she sends it on and she passes it on to me. And she blessed me this morning. So operating in her gifting that is provided to her through God's grace, she was able to bless me and be a hero for me this morning and inspire today's message. So thank you, Miss Jessie. I appreciate you and I love you. And because of grace, we are free. So on this Freedom Friday, I just encourage you to investigate grace. Look it up in the dictionary. Look up Bible verses surrounding it. Visit Romans 12:6-8 that I've read you already. So because of grace, we are free. And I'm living in freedom of God's grace, and so are you. So if there's a way that God has, I really do. And I want to, what is your gifting? Because I know my gifting is through words and writing and artistry. What is your gifting? Because we are all created in his image. We have all been blessed with these gifts because of his grace. Please leave it in the comments. What is your gifting? How is God operating through you? What is he creating through you? Because we all create. You don't have to be artsy crafty to create. If you are a doctor, you create an environment for optimal health. You know, God works through you to do that. If you are an attorney, you are able to create an atmosphere for justice and truth. There's so many things. If you are an IT specialist, you are creating solutions and you are creating platforms in which people can communicate effectively. So we are all creators in our own way. We are all gifted. We all have freedom through God's grace. And I thank you for joining me on this Freedom Friday. If this video was of a blessing to you, please share it with someone else. And I'll miss you guys this weekend. And I will see you on Monday for Mountain Moving Monday. Oh, and just a reminder, here beginning next week, June 7th, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it will be here on Facebook Live at facebook.com/Delon, and also on Instagram, and my name is Delon LaDuff Gadsden on Instagram. Hey, Miss Jessie. Oh, sweet girl of God, thank you for your kind words of appreciation. It is a two-way street for you to inspire us through your talents. So glad that God placed you in my life. I love you, Miss Jessie. Thank you so very much for being obedient and sharing that with me, and always sharing wonderful messages and images with me on grace, and just for being a spiritual mother and friend to me. I love and appreciate you so very much. Thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. But back to next week, June 7th, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Please join me for the Kaleidoscope Collective, and that will be where women and teen girls, I want us to be able to come together to share and discuss the things that are of importance to us. And it is inspired by my book, The Belief in Wings. And I'm following God on that. Here's my journal, my grace journal. And I'm following God's guidance on that to do the Kaleidoscope Collective, where I just want it to be this wonderful community of women and girls just sharing and inspiring and encouraging and motivating one another, especially with the way that the world is today. We need that, and we need one another. Terrence on Instagram says, love it. Keep ministering in your gift and grace. Imagine looking at my classmate doing so well. Yeah, oh man, Terrence, thank you so much. It is so good to see you, and I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you for being here. So you guys, on this Freedom Friday, remember it's all about grace, and we are free because of grace and through grace. So tap into your gifting, operate in your gifting, and because of God's grace, you will love yourself, you'll love your gifting, you will love Him, you will love others, and you will not only be able to be a hero for yourself, but you will be able to be a hero for someone else. Thank you all who have loved me through this week, who have been a blessing to me, and who've been my heroes this week. I thank you. I thank you so very much. I love you all. I appreciate you for listening. Take care and God bless. Have a beautiful weekend. See you on Monday when we get ready to move a mountain for Mountain Moving Monday. Take care. God bless. Bye.